We captured a prisoner in the wastes and subdued her, my queen. She says she is a researcher.
I didn't order you to take prisoners.
Abathur requested it. He wants to dissect her.
What's the point? He won't be able to use Protoss genetic material.
He likes to try.
Actually, keep her alive for now. I might find a use for her.
My queen, your chamber is now available. Within, you can alter your abilities. This is your personal chamber. From here, you can focus your neural pathways and alter your active abilities. As you grow in power, newer and stronger abilities will awaken. You can alter your active abilities here whenever you wish.
And welcome back, StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. This is episode 5. Shoot the Messenger, getting underway. So yeah, Kerrigan ends up leveling up as kind of a superhero, and she's in almost all the missions. And she has some really nice abilities. We're going to leave her first two for now, and we'll talk more about that as she gains levels and gets more abilities.
What are your people doing here?
We study this moon to see if its rotation can be altered, its climate improved. Do you understand? We are only colonists, and you are killing us.
Yes. And if I let you live, you'll call your Golden Armada and they will kill me.
Kill thousands to save yourself. Is that how you justify this?
I justify nothing. There is no moral high ground here. Your people have killed billions of Zerg. We are all covered in blood. There may be more on my hands than yours, but in the end we are both killers.
The hunt goes well, my queen.
It's bloody.
Those Protoss would kill you if they could. They are not Zerg. That means they are the enemy.
Is it that simple?
For Zerg, it is. Whatever my queen has lost, think what she has gained. Purity of essence. You are the will of the swarm.
Nefash's brood lives again within the swarm.
When the Protoss struck, she fell back to prepared positions in the ice valleys. The Protoss had to hunt her down.
She was intelligent, careful, and tenacious, but she made one mistake. She ran away. What is that sound?
Failed experiments. Reverting to biomass. Slow process.
At least put them out of their misery first.
Wasted effort. Creatures will die soon. Pain irrelevant.
When you say things like that, Abathur, I almost remember you. And I feel anger.
Anger product of adrenaline. Stress response. Imminent threat. No threat to you. No anger.
I'll be the judge of that.
Okay, and notice we have the roach down here now, and we can choose its mutation. Hydriotic bile is the best. It increases damage versus light units, and I select that and then leave it for the whole game. Adaptive plating, better survivability when they're low health, and tunneling claws, more mobility while burrowed, which I guess might have its uses, but just too much micromanagement, you know, to really maximize that kind of mutation. So we're going for the damage one.
The Protoss still seek to warn Shakuras of our presence. They are preparing to send shuttles through their warp network to Shakuras. Protoss are preparing shuttles for launch.
A warp conduit. I sense millions of Protoss mines on the other side. Shakuras! If a single shuttle passes through, they can alert Shakuras to our presence.
Should we destroy it then?
No, they would detect that. Our only choice is to stop their shuttles from reaching the conduit. Nefash's Hydralisks. Abathur, assimilate their essence into the swarm.
Hydralisk reconstituted can morph from larva.
I need more Hydralisks to destroy these shuttles. You have my attention. Push ahead.
Okay, so new unit.
Get going.
The Hydralisk. Very, very good Zerg unit.
Swarm hunger.
Similar to the Terran Marine. It's a ground unit,
We must face
but it can attack enemy ground or air, and it uses a ranged
swarm never
attack. So
rests.
pretty much just the Zerg Marine.
Let's get
And we're
this
going to
over
use
with.
them in a lot of missions, and it's all we're going to
Nothing
end up
stands in
using
my
for this
way.
mission.
My queen, the Protoss have launched a shuttle. It is en route to a warp conduit.
Not if I have anything to say about it. We will bring down that shuttle. The swarm never rests. Get going. Nothing stands in my way. This hive cluster now belongs to the swarm.
Okay, nice to
Push
secure
ahead.
that natural expansion area right away, but before we can tend to it, we have to kind of hurry back here. No idea why that one Hydralisk just went the scenic route. I think he dies.
forces are under attack.
But yeah, we got to hurry back over here to stop this first shuttle, and you get the idea. Just don't let him get through the conduits. It's a little bit like that great train robbery in Wings of Liberty where you had to, stop the trains from getting through. And each one that comes gets progressively harder and harder.
A Protoss shuttle has reached the warp conduit. It must be destroyed before it jumps out of...
We require more minerals.
So I know that was probably really annoying not to see that, but I just happen to know that the units we had plus Kerrigan would take that first shuttle down, so I didn't need to look at it. Instead, opted to get this macro set up. We got our third hatchery here, second one here, plus the expansion one, and just getting things set up and kind of getting economy going, etc.
Engage the hive directly. Our shuttles must break through.
You will never leave this ball of ice. Out with it. Get this over with. What is it now? The swarm never rests.
My queen, the Protoss were gathering biological samples and storing them in these stasis chambers.
We'll destroy the chambers and take the biomass if we can.
Okay, so those will be our bonus objectives for this mission, and as always, the bonus objectives yield Kerrigan levels, which is how she levels up and unlocks new abilities.
The swarm hungers. Push ahead.
The Protoss launched another shuttle. This one is accompanied by a fighter escort.
You cannot stop us all, Kerrigan.
Okay, so the shuttles are now going to start to have escorts, and those will increasingly get tougher and tougher. And because of that, and also because they're going to start to go to different conduits on the map, and you're going to need to be in lots of places at once, I start throwing down, just mass heaps of these spore clusters, which are the Zerg turrets that shoot air units. So they're going to help us take down the shuttles
There's
before
not
they
much time.
enter the conduits. And the only trick to that is that spore clusters and spine crawlers can only be placed on creep, right? So you may have noticed I've been spreading creep everywhere, and there are several reasons for that. But first and foremost, I need to be able to put down these turrets, these spore clusters, to help shoot down the shuttles. and can't do that without creep.
Warning, another shuttle has reached a warp conduit.
Speak quickly. Nothing stands in my way. Who asked you?
Mutation complete.
The Protoss are mobilizing an assault on our hive cluster.
Spawn more overlord. The hive cluster is under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Get going. Get this over. Out with it.
Okay, and you see there I had made a queen just to help with healing, but also to spread this creep, because they can spawn creep tumors. And once you got creep tumors about, you can just select them, and then they can also kind of spread themselves and make more creep tumors, and that's how you spread the creep.
Who asked you?
You'll see me do it right up here. See this? You select it, hit it, and then target where you want to spread it to.
The Protoss have launched another shuttle. It is bearing towards an unknown location.
They're bringing more warp conduits online. I sense 2 more activating.
Now, in addition to needing creep in order to place various Zerg structures,
You have my attention.
all Zerg units move faster on creep, so that's kind of a no-brainer. You want creep around as much of the map as possible, so when they need to move from here to there, they can do it quickly. And then the other really big reason to spread creep is that wherever creep is, whether you have units there or not, you can see anything on the map and the mini-map. So it acts as just like a total like lookout tower wherever it is. So it's super helpful.
Mutation complete.
Out with it.
Warning, another shuttle has reached a warp conduit.
Alright, so another shuttle down, and things have progressed quite nicely here. We're getting a lot of creep spread. We've got our natural expansion cranking out here. So 3 hatcheries total, 4 Vespene geysers total. Good economy. Our upgrades are either done or on the way for attack and defense.
Let's get this over with.
And we're slowly starting to get a little force of hydralisks here, so things are looking really good at this point. So I believe we're going to go ahead and move on our first bonus objective and kill this stasis chamber.
Nothing stands in my way.
Large quantities of biomass. Good to have. Can use to improve swarm.
Spawn more overlords. Mineral field depleted.
There's not much time.
The Protoss are launching shuttles from a new base.
Well, that makes things a little more complicated. The swarm hungers. Nothing stands in my way. What is it now? Yes?
So if you hadn't
There's
noticed
not much
already
time.
on the mini-map, you can see
asked you?
where the current shuttle is. It's green compass
Speak
mark,
quickly.
and then kind
Out
of
with
a
it.
reddish dashed line shows its trajectory toward
Push ahead.
Mineral field
toward the conduit that it's heading to. So that kind of gives you an idea of where you need to be and where the shuttle
The
is.
swarm never rests. You have my attention. Let's get this over with. There's not much time. Yes? Nothing stands. Speak quickly. The swarm never rests. Get going. Push ahead.
The hive cluster.
Another chamber destroyed. What were the Protoss doing with all this biomass? Let's get this over with. There's not much time. This world is mine. Who asked you?
Okay, some nice fast execution there. We were able to take the shuttle down and then pop up to the nearby stasis chamber for the second bonus objective, and then make it all the way back here to stop that little Protoss attack on the main base. So that was all very well executed, and rest assured it was well rehearsed because, you know, like I said in Wings of Liberty, a lot of what you're seeing is practice and practice and practice and figuring out, you know, where to be when and what to make in what order, etc., etc. So that was some nice execution there.
Swarm hungers. Protoss are launching 2 sets of shuttles. Tenacious bastards.
So this is where it starts to get pretty tricky. You can see on the mini-map 2 parallel lines, so you have to take one down and then get over and take the other one out. And obviously this is where the spore clusters come in really handy.
Out with it.
One guy whose video I watched, he said if you have about 8 of them, it'll take down the shuttle no problem before it enters the conduit, but I never wanted to test that, so
The swarm never
I do my
rests.
best to, you know, take one out and then rush over and take the other one out.
Push ahead. Let's get this over with.
A shuttle is beginning to warp. It must...
Cluster is under attack.
There's not much. Push ahead.
The hive cluster is under attack.
Okay, so pretty nicely done, and you can see that those spore clusters
Nothing
do
stands
quite a
in
bit of
my-
damage. Now the reason I did the right one
What
and
is
then
it
the
now?
left one is because I wanted to end up
Depleted.
over here. Not that it's far, but
Speak
you see
quickly.
the flashing yellow circle on the mini-map? That's the last stasis chamber for
Out
the
with
bonus objective, so I wanted to go right shuttle, then left shuttle, and then naturally end up here so that we could segue
This world
and take this down and complete the bonus objectives.
You have my attention.
Overlords.
Push ahead. That's the last stasis chamber.
We'll examine biomass. Consume. Improve swarm.
Get going.
The Protoss have launched more shuttles.
One shuttle through the conduit, and you will feel the might of the Golden Armada.
Field depleted.
Speak quickly.
Okay, so next, 2 at once again, but in a crisscross
Push ahead.
pattern, which you think would be, oh no, but it just makes it easy. You go to where they intersect, and then you get 2 birds, you know, with 1 stone. But
Acceptable command.
we're pretty much in control here. Bonus objectives done. We have a massive
Out with it.
army. I mean, I can't make any
What
more
is it
because we're
now?
at population capacity, right? So this is
The
pretty
swarm
much
never
all
rests.
but done here.
Vespene guys are exhausted.
This world is mine. Speak quickly. Who asked you? Nothing stands in my
depleted. Mineral field depleted. Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply.
And since we're at maximum population here, can't make any more units, at least until some die. And because we have heaps of, minerals, might as well just throw down some more spore clusters. That'll actually free up some population capacity because you're taking drones away from the capacity and turning them into structures. And it'll provide more defense. So it's pretty much win-win.
The Protoss have launched more shuttles.
So another crisscross, but this one's actually a serious threat because where they intersect is deep in enemy lines or behind enemy lines, so we can't just go to the comfy intersection and take them both out. So we're going to have to do a little shucking and jiving for this one.
Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply. Mineral field depleted.
Get going. The swarm never rests. This world is mine.
Mineral field depleted. Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply.
Get this over. A shuttle reached the conduit. Destroy it now. Get going. The swarm never rests. Nothing stands in my way. Who asked you? There's not much time. Swarm hungers.
We require more Vespine gas.
The Protoss launched 3 shuttles at once. They're bearing toward the same conduit.
The Protoss have launched a mothership.
They must be using it to cloak shuttles. All forces, defend the central conduit. Tear their ships from the sky.
Okay, so this will be the last push from the Protoss. They're going to try to just brute force Jam 3 down our throats through the central here, and you can see I'm just burning all remaining resources. Spore clusters, spore clusters, spore clusters. Everybody converge right here. Now they do have a mothership, but it's not nearly as daunting as what you remember from Wings of Liberty. But it does have cloaks, so there will be some stealth ships and whatnot, so let's see how it goes.
Are under attack. The hive cluster is under attack.
This world is mine. That's the last. The warp conduits are useless to them now.
You've done it, my queen. The Protoss threat is removed.
Nothing is done. Until they are all dead.
All right, more signs of Kerrigan's descent into darkness as she slowly regains control of the swarm. StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. Shoot the messenger. We'll see you in the next episode.